Recently, the press asked Jerry Seinfeld why it is that he doesn't have enough people of color on his program. And he has a program called Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. It's online. And apparently he likes to interview a lot of white comedians, right? Mm-hmm. So he answered back to that criticism and said the following. People think that it's the census or something. It's got to represent the actual pie chart of America. Who cares? Funny is the world that we live in. You're funny, I'm interested. You're not funny, I'm not interested. And I have no interest in gender or race or anything like that. Now, that was a pretty accurate, I agree with what he said there, right? Mm-hmm. I can't stand the criticism of, oh, you know, this show doesn't have enough black people or enough Asian people, enough Native Americans. Like, everyone just needs to calm down. They did that with the show Girls. You know, they said, oh, Lena Dunham doesn't have a single black character in the show. And then in the second season, she had a black character in the show. And people were like, would you look at that token black person on the show? So you can't make people happy. Like, if you start having these quotas, it's not a good thing, right? Where you're like, okay, we need to have whatever, X amount of women, X amount of, you know.
When it's forced, it's so stupid. Like,
yes.
we wound up having the most diversity in the world here at the Young Turks, but we didn't force it. That's how it turned out to be, right? Yeah. So like, the whole, like Friends, JR and I were talking about this morning. They happen to be white friends. Okay, there's white friends in the world, right? You don't like it? Do a show called Black Friends. Okay, now I'm oversimplifying it, and of course it's important for minorities to at least have an opportunity, right? We understand that.
Yeah.
But you can't just go to every comedian and be like, why don't you interview black people? Why don't you interview women? Whatever, just, yeah. And Seinfeld's not remotely guilty.
He's not, and you'll find that out as this story develops. So Gawker decided to write about his answer to the reporter. Gawker was very upset about this, not Gawker in general, but a specific writer, Chayka. Okay, so Chayka writes the following in a piece that's very critical of Seinfeld. He says, he seems to suggest that any comedian who is not a white male is also not funny. No, he's not.
He didn't say that.
Yeah.
He just said these are the guys I interviewed because they're great comedians. That's all.
That's all he said. He also continued to write, which is too bad because Seinfeld is downplaying the worth of everyone from Richard Pryor to Bill Cosby to Aziz Ansari, Mindy Kaling, and Eddie Huang, who are all various stages of their own sitcoms and just might turn out to be the next Seinfeld.
But it's not like he was like, Mindy Kaling, suck it. He didn't say anything about that.
Yeah.
So this is way over extrapolation based on a comment there.
Yes. Now, here's what the reality is when it comes to Seinfeld, okay? He actually had called Richard Pryor the Picasso of our profession. He also hosted an event in honor of Bill Cosby and called himself not that funny in comparison. And he also regularly has Aziz Ansari join his inner circle of comedians.
Oops. Noah Rothman's conservative writes for Media. We don't often agree with him. He's been a guest on our program before, but I think he was totally right on this issue. Look, and it diminishes enormous racial issues in the country when you start doing it on everything, right? And it's like the boy who cried wolf. Like Jerry Seinfeld, who has a history of working with minority comedians, etc., happens to, in his show, happens to have interviewed some of the biggest comedians who are largely white, but not all white, right? And those are the biggest comedians in the country right now. And you jump down his throat and you trivialize racism because there's real terrible racism in the country, right? Whether it's how it affects when you're trying to get a job and you have a lower percentage chance of getting a job. And I can go through the whole list, right? But Seinfeld is not the problem.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't go around critiquing every single show and expecting some sort of weird quota when it comes to race or gender.